Hey guys, it's Troy McKnight coming at you from Dallas, Texas. Hey, if this is your first time actually tuning into one of my Facebook Lives, I'm in the home business profession. I come over here a few times a week. And a lot of times I like to bring some of my friends over. And today I got a guy that's been around this home business profession for a long period of time. And, I really want people to win. People say, Troy, why do you bring different people on in different companies or people that used to do the business or people that, was involved or consider getting involved in the home business profession? Man, a lot of them are motivational speakers. Some of them are top leaders in other companies. The reason why I do this is because I really truly believe the home business profession is the best profession in the world. So today I got Rick on, and Rick, he going to share a little bit about, his story. But not only that, he's going to share 5 keys to building a successful home business. So take it away, Rick.
Hey, Troy, thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you having me on your live stream here. For those friends out there that I don't know, my name is Rick Hagar. I'm here in Las Vegas. I've been involved in direct sales now for, it's like nearly 30 years. I'm feeling old, Troy. It's like nearly 30 years, but it's gone by kind of in a flash. And we've been very blessed in the industry. I know we've built probably organizations of over 300,000 people. We've probably done $300 or $400 million in global revenues, during the course of our career, and income-wise, probably in the top 1% of income earners in the world in this industry. And I say that really not to impress people, but just to impress upon them that when you have a lot of experience, you have the ability to have that 35,000-foot flyover where you can see kind of some of the things that works and some of the things that don't, and you have the ability also to see what other people that have been successful do and what is working for them. And I've been very fortunate and blessed to have met so many great people like yourself, Troy, in the industry that do incredibly well. And there's certain threads that kind of exist in people that succeed, whether they're in different companies. They call different things by different names, but you can kind of boil it down to a handful of things that people do that work and produce great results. And so, I'm excited to get into this topic. Do you want me to just kind of jump right in and just talk about just 5 things that I think are important to building a business?
Yeah, absolutely, Rick. And I hope whoever listening to this, make sure you take notes and let us know where you are actually tuning in from. But not only that, if you're not following Rick, you most definitely want to follow Rick. See, I started following Rick, a while back. And every time I jumped on one of his Facebook Lives, it was so much value. And my thing about it is, Rick, I just want to give people value. And Rick do too. We want you to win. I don't care what company you're involved in or what you do. Or maybe you're looking at this and maybe you're looking for a company. And after you listen to Rick, maybe, Rick is your cup of tea. You most definitely want to shoot him a message, reach out to him. I mean, 30 plus years in the industry. Man, Rick, you make me feel young. I've only been around 18 years. But anyway, we want to give you these 5 keys, and I'm going to have Rick take it away and share them with you guys.
Yeah, man, I'm a codger. I'm an old codger now, but it's great. I'm just getting started. I've got a lot to learn myself. So, okay, so let's talk about our industry, direct sales, network marketing. 5 things that I'll share with you that I think are important. Now, obviously, there's details in each of these 5 things, but I think that if you look at any leader that is winning in their business, regardless of where they are, you're going to find that you'll find these things kind of threaded in. And so let's go ahead and jump in. Number 1, the first thing that I would say, if I were sitting with you right now in person over a cup of coffee or tea, is that if you want to succeed and build a successful business in our industry, you've got to get your head right. You've got to get your thinking right. You've got to have a certain type of mindset to be able to become successful. So it all starts, the foundation, I think, of everything. If you're going to build a successful business, it's in how you think. It's how you communicate with yourself. It's your level of belief. And so it's also having realistic expectations as you get started. There's no limit to what you can accomplish in our business. And unfortunately, Troy, I think a lot of people get involved in our business. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe it'll work. Maybe they got excited about a product or a service and they kind of got in and they're kind of playing with it, but they don't get their head right in the sense that this can be a game changer for me, for my lifestyle. And some people get in and maybe they don't have realistic expectations. It will take work. It will take energy and effort. It will take you some time. But I want you to understand that I believe our business is the greatest business in the world. There's no limit to what you can accomplish. It can be a part-time income, a full-time income, if you're consistent with it and you take time. But you got to have your mindset right with regard to the possibilities, the belief that you have in your company, your product, your pay plan, the belief in the industry, and the belief in yourself. So I think starting out, the foundation of everything is, first of all, believing that you're worth success in this business, you're worthy of success, that you have the potential to become successful, and knowing that you can make it and you can do some incredible things. But at the same time, you have to have realistic expectations and know that it is going to take work. You got to put in the work, you got to put in the energy and the effort. But if you're willing to do that, there's really nothing that I'm aware of that can reward you both in income, but also in feeling great about what you're doing, but also time freedom that you can get, that you can have, like with our business can offer. So that the first thing I would share with you, if you want to build a big, successful business, is to get your head right. Start believing in yourself, believe in the industry, believe in the company, believe in what you're doing, know that you can make it big. You just got to have the right type of mentality toward that. And also, it is going to take time, have realistic expectations, because a lot of people go sideways because they're expecting too much too fast. That can derail you. And some people don't believe in themselves, so they never really get started. That can derail you too. So that's number one. Now, here's the second thing that I would point out to you. If you want to build a big, successful business, I would say, once you believe and you've kind of got your mind right that you're going to do this and you're going to focus and it's a long-term game plan, I would say, number two, start setting some goals for yourself based on how much income you want to earn, how much income you want to create. And here's the key with respect to goal setting. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because there's great training out there with regard to goal setting. But I will say this: know what you want, have certainty about what you want, have clarity about what you want going in, be very specific, very specific. Best piece of advice I could ever give with respect to goal setting is to have certainty, clarity, and specificity as to what it is that you want to accomplish. Don't just say, I want to make more money, because everybody wants to make more money. You've got to dial it in and be very specific. If it's $5,000 a month, you need to write that number down on a card or on a page or somewhere where you can see it every single day. If it's $10,000 a month, write it down. If it's less or more, whatever it is, be specific, have clarity and certainty with respect to how much money you want to make. And then what you need to do is you need to make sure that you are affirming that to yourself every day and see it in kind of your mind's eye as already done. See it as already done. Affirm to yourself that it's done and that it's coming to you. And if maybe you don't have it today, but it is coming. So the goal you have to set for yourself, it has to be specific. At the same time, you have to be able to affirm it to yourself every day, because there's some great books out there like Think and Grow Rich. There's great content by someone like Bob Proctor that says, if you want to create a paradigm for yourself where things begin to happen for you, you've got to think a certain way. And the way that you can develop yourself to think a certain way is to set these goals and then review them every single day and see it as already being done. That helps to program your subconscious mind that this is happening for you. And then it's unbelievable how things will begin to come into your life when you begin to do that. Unfortunately, most people say, I can't do it. It doesn't work. I'm having a tough time. People aren't interested in my product. Maybe I'll give up. And if you say that over and over, guess what happens? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you want to flip the script on that. So number two is set some goals, affirm them daily, be very specific and intentional with respect to what it is that you want to accomplish in terms of your income goal. And it could be other types of goals as well. But the key is being specific, being intentional, and affirming them many, many times a day so that it sinks into your subconscious. So now you've gotten your head straight, number one. You've got realistic expectations. You're believing in yourself. You're believing in what it is that you have. Secondly, you've set some goals. You're specific. You're affirming them every day. You've kind of set the stage now for your success. I really believe that the majority of our business is a mental game, because the steps to building a business aren't really that complicated. The problem that I see more than anything is that people tend to fall out of the game or get distracted, or they don't believe long enough, or they expect too much too soon. And that derails them more than anything. But once you can get your head right and you get some specific goals set, that's 90% of it, I really believe. Now, here's number three that I want to share with you. It's to develop a launch plan for your business. I'm assuming, and I kind of like to treat people like they're brand new coming into the business. And when you've got these first two things done, now what you need to do is get with your sponsor, get with your leadership and your upline, whoever you have that's mentoring you, and get a launch plan together of how you're going to explode your business. What methodologies are you going to use to grow and develop your business? Because you have to launch your business. I always kind of talk about this, Troy, like the rocket ship analogy. If you've ever seen a rocket ship, It sits on the launch pad. It starts to go. You see things starting to heat up. The smoke starts to come out. And all of a sudden you see the fire and things are rattling and shaking. And then it takes off on the launch pad. And a rocket ship burns up like 80% or 85% of its fuel just getting off the launch pad. That's the hardest part for that rocket ship, is to get enough energy where it gets off the launch pad. Once it's out into space, it can orbit very easily. So in your business, it's very much like the same thing. You have to really put some energy into creating some momentum, getting the pipeline full. So you want to have some type of a launch plan. And this could be different for different people based on your skill sets or based on what you're comfortable with. Some people like to hold a meeting. They could hold a meeting in their home. They invite a bunch of people over. That's how they launch their business. Some people don't want to do meetings. They want to do it via a conference call, which is perfectly fine. Some people want to do it via a live stream or maybe a Zoom meeting. Get with your sponsor, your upline leadership, whoever you're working with in your company and your opportunity, and put together a launch plan. And you need to really develop the names, get the list together. It could be your address list. It could be your circle of influence list. If you're going to work with people off of social media, acquire the list of names first. And then once you decide how you're going to launch, whether it's a call, a Zoom, a meeting, or a combination of those things, schedule those things in your calendar and then attack your list and start inviting people into these particular methodologies of how you're going to launch your business. And your goal should be in that first week, that first 10 days, 2 weeks, to get as many people as you can exposed to what it is that you're doing. Because you want to come in and you want to get the pipeline filled, you want to establish momentum, and you want to get a number of people engaged and involved in what you're doing in the beginning, because that's the energy you need to get the rocket ship off of the launch pad. And so a launch plan is very, very important to structure with your sponsor, your upline leadership. In addition to that, when you go through a situation where you launch your business and you expose everybody to your business, on the other side of that, you're going to need to establish some type of a daily method of operation. Because what happens with most people is they launch their business, they get their circle of influence exposed to what it is that they're doing, and then ultimately they run out of people to talk to, and it stops there. You got to have a continuing or an ongoing daily method of operation to find prospects, source prospects, build relationships, communicate with them so that you can keep the process going. And as you accumulate more and more names, you can always do another launch. You can launch your business again at periodic intervals. So number 3, I would say, is develop a launch plan. Remember, in our business, speed is your friend. The faster you can go in the beginning, the better. An airplane that's taken off, if it doesn't get to a certain level of speed, it's not going to get off the runway. Same thing with the rocket. So speed is very, very important in the beginning. Set up a launch plan with your sponsor, your upline leadership. And if you do that, you've got the best chance of getting up into altitude where you can have your business and some things start to go. The fourth thing that I would share with you is, as you begin this process of launching your business now, again, you've got different ways that you might do this, and maybe your daily method of operation afterwards. It's very important, and this is a real guiding principle, is to keep everything in your business simple, easy, fun, and duplicatable. Simple, easy, fun, duplicatable. Because never forget this is $1 million info that was shared with me by my mentor a long time ago. What you do is important every day. How many customers you get is important. How many new people you enroll, that's important. But what's really, really, really important is, can you get a lot of people doing what you're doing? If you're doing it by yourself and nobody can copy what you're doing, you're going to have a certain type of a business. You have to have the ability to keep it simple and easy and fun and duplicatable so lots of other people can do what you're doing. That's how you create leverage and you scale up. So you have to always look at what you're doing and say, would other people be able to replicate what I'm doing? Can other people copy what I'm doing? Can people easily take what I'm doing and do this? And it could be that maybe some of your prospects, your teammates, have never built a business before. So it has to be simple and easy enough for them to do if they've never been involved in business before. Or maybe you've got some folks in your business that are already super successful and they're really busy. So then it's got to be simple and easy and fun for them because they don't have a lot of time to waste. They need something they can do that is simple and easy. So keep everything simple, fun, easy, and duplicatable. And for me, the way that you do that is by using a series of tools that do a lot of the heavy lifting for you? Do you have short videos, exposure videos, promotion videos that you can send people? Do you have calls or Zooms or events that you can get to people? Do you have documents? When someone says, tell me more about this product, you can send them a document, and the document does the explaining for you. See, if you are the one doing all the telling and sharing and selling and explaining, it takes people a long time to replicate what it is that you're doing. But if you could say, watch this video, check out this document, jump on this call, anybody can do that. Never forget this. You should be a conduit to a system, a conduit to a series of tools. If you can be a conduit to a tool or a system, then anybody can do that, and your business has much greater potential to grow and to expand, and you can scale it as big as you want to scale it. So that would be number 4, is to really keep everything simple and easy and fun and duplicatable so that a lot of people can do this. I heard this definition of direct sales a long time ago. It's our ability to get a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over a prolonged period of time. And if your system will allow for that, you're going in the right direction. And here's the 5th thing that I would point out, Troy. It's for those that are building a business, it's to be here a year from now. Make sure that you're here a year from now. Don't give up too quickly. Don't quit too quickly. Don't get distracted. Don't allow yourself to fall victim to the shiny objects that are out there, because everybody's selling something or recruiting for something. If you believe in your product and you believe in your company and you believe in what you're doing, you need to resolve that you're going to be there at least a year from now, because as I stated in the beginning, it's realistic expectations. It takes time to build and develop a business. And our business works very much like compounding of interest or compounding in finance. If you took a penny and you doubled the penny every day for 31 days, by the time you got about halfway through, it doesn't look very impressive. You've got maybe $1.60, but day 31, it's over $10 million. And what causes that to happen is the pennies doubling, and it's compounding and time. And that's how your business works. You may go out and get a couple customers, and then a couple of them quit. And maybe you get 3 customers and 2 quit, so you're left with 1. You get frustrated by that. That's a distraction to be frustrated by that. You may go out there and sponsor 5 people, and 3 of your 5 give up and quit. Or you may, this is going to happen on and on. If that's ever happened to you, drop that in the comments. Share your story in the comments. But you have to give your business time and space to be able to grow. And you have to understand the power of compounding. And that only happens when you're consistent over time and you give yourself some time. So just to give everybody kind of a recap of what I've shared with you, if you're looking at growing a successful business and you want to build a successful business, I would say, number 1, get your head right, have realistic expectations, know that you can do it, know that you're worthy. Okay. Number 2, set some very specific goals, be very intentional with how much you want to earn, write it down, put it where you can see it, and affirm it to yourself every day so that you become bulletproof in your thinking. Number 3, develop some type of a launch plan and understand that if you're in starting, you have to have speed, you have to get altitude in your business. Get with your sponsor, your upline leadership, or get with a mentor, create a launch plan, know how you're going to invite people, what you're going to invite them to, and do it as quickly as you can, and try to, in a week or 10 days, get as many people exposed to this business as humanly possible so that you can establish momentum. That's the beginning stage of this, is establishing momentum, and then have a daily method of operation after that for finding prospects and being consistent with that. Because after you launch your business, it's going to slow down for you a little bit. That's natural. The daily method of operation is what will keep things going. And by the way, once you've launched your business and you have a DMO going, you're going to be helping people launch their business. So you could have new bumps of business coming in as you help other people launch their business. I heard someone say this a while back, and I would give them credit, but I don't remember who it was, is that you're always doing one of 2 things. You're always either launching your business or helping someone to launch theirs. And if you could keep doing that, that's what gets you that momentum or that thrust to build your business and get up into that atmosphere. So develop a launch plan, have a DMO behind that. 4, keep everything simple and easy and fun and duplicatable, because it's not only about what you do, it's about you getting lots of people to do what you do. And the best way to do that is have a tool-driven business so that people can very easily be a conduit to a system or a series of tools versus trying to explain it and do it all themselves. And then finally, the fifth thing here is to make sure that you resolve that in 12 months or 18 months, you're still going to be here. You're still going to be at it. You're going to be consistent, because our business is one that really revolves around a concept of compounding. And if you give up in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, it's like doubling a penny for a week or 10 days. You're not going to have a whole lot to show for it, but doubling a penny for 31 days, you got $10 million. Building your business consistently by inviting people and sharing and getting them going, duplicating, working with teams, launching businesses, doing it consistently for 12 to 18 months. It's amazing what you can have at the end of that time frame. And so these are just a few things, Troy, that I thought I would share. And if anybody has any questions or thoughts or ideas, they can drop them in the comments, and we're glad to expand or share or whatever, whatever questions anybody might have.
Man, Rick, I really appreciate it. And I mean, you really hit 5 key factors, man. And if you ain't following Rick, you most definitely want to follow him. I think he go live every Tuesday. He drops so much value. But not only that, I mean, you hit every spot. I mean, because you truly do got to believe in yourself. Everything start out with belief. You know, Rick, when I first got in this industry, the first company me and my wife got involved in, we did very well, right? I remember laying in bed thinking we was going to jail. But because the checks was getting so big and we didn't understand what we was doing. We didn't understand the profession. The second company we got involved in, we realized that it really was a profession. We had to learn some skills, and we struggled, but we stayed around it. And it all boiled down to the belief, the mindset, the people you're around, learning how to launch the business. I think a lot of times people get involved in a business like this and they try to build it too slow. And they don't understand this type of business, this type of profession, it requires speed. Everything has to be going at a fast pace. And one of the key factors the last one was, people got to stick around. You got to give yourself a chance to develop the skills. You got to give yourself a chance to actually learn from people like Rick and other people that's in the profession that can actually take you under their wing and show you step by step on how to build a successful business. So, Rick, I really want to thank you, man, for taking the time out to actually do this. I know you got a lot going on. We had to squeeze this in. I really appreciate you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you guys, if you're not following this gentleman, you most definitely need to follow him. He gives so much value. And if you really want to take your business to the next level, you want to follow him. And I don't know, maybe somebody out there looking for a business. If you're looking to get involved in the profession, I know Rick just came out not too long ago, actually started another company, launched it. I mean, I see your Facebook page, man. You got people like going crazy. You're helping so many people. You most definitely want to reach out to Rick, really reach out to him. And 30-something years of experience. Come on, man. If it wasn't working, you think he would have been around 30 years? Well, Rick, like I said, man, I really appreciate you. And whoever looked at this, God bless. And I hope you guys got truly value from it. And I'll see you guys later on.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it.